What's going on, people? Welcome back to the JSTV. Back again. It's the podcast show tonight. Real Talk Podcast. I've got Tony and Pete. How to you guys?
You all right, John?
I'm great. How we just had a busy day today, and it's been tough at the top, man. And how's things for you, Pete?
Very well, thanks, John. You?
I'm champion. I think Tony's going to sort out his internet out as well. He'll be back soon, no doubt about it. So, guys, if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe, sub to the channel as well. And if you like to super chat, is open as well, and give what the channel's worth. And if you'd like to become a member, it is just 99p. The link is in the title as well. And thanks for the message to Jan. That's who he's going with on Wednesday. And is he going on Wednesday? That's the ones got to go. Dubs, Kraft, Longstaff, got 36 Miggy, Wilson, Gillespie, Gary, Dummett, Richie, Henrik, Ross, Watts. They all must time to go. I can figure a couple others as well, by the way. Thank you very much indeed, Cole, for that. I appreciate that. Fast to become a member. It's just 99p if you link up as well and just click on the member and 99p. Big up to DT. I hope you're well. And Top Child, Top Man. Also, hi, and Ali G. Respect to other hosts and the chat. Thank you very much indeed for that one, Dave. And evening to Toonami, another must-win game on Wednesday. Gateshead Council are disgrace. I can't wait for that Adidas kit and get all the free shirts. So Toonami, mate, we are going to talk about Gateshead as well. We're going to fly for the channel later. And let's go on to Toonami. Apparently on tier 1, along with the big Adidas hitters, which means we get a different Newcastle badges on our shirts. Very interesting. Can't wait for that. Julie J, hi to you. JJ, I hope you're good. Hi to David Gain, sounds good. Jan Toonami, F. Senator Jules, Julie. And what about this £1.50 ticket for the games?
I don't know about that.
No, not at all. £1.50 a ticket. No idea for that one.
Anything about that?
I don't either. Just if you explain more, that'd be fantastic. Evening to Pete. I hope you're well.
Pete.
Hi to Lee. I hope you're well.
Lee.
Hi to our favourite chatter, Mama Flossie. Big up to you. I hope you're well. And thanks for replying back on Instagram as well. I didn't know you was out. I do apologise on that. And I hope you and your family having a fantastic day and your pets as well. I have subscribed to your channel, by the way. Tony just told you something. Yeah, whatever. Big up to Gary D. I hope you're well. Big up to Alan as well.
Brian, man.
Wow. Hope you're well. He's a big one up merchant as well. Adam as well. Alan's a great guy. Newcastle tweeted it. Thank you very much indeed for that one. And Tony, hi to you. Tony, man, you good?
Yeah, hi guys. Is that any better?
Yeah, that's better, Tony.
Much better.
Yeah, because I've had to hardwire, so rather than being on Wi-Fi, so it's making it a lot better. So yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Big up.
So there you go. Right, we're going to talk about a couple of topics as well. We're going to talk about Gateshead Council later on. We're going to talk about Eddie wants Wilson to steer. But first off, we are going to talk about 36. Now, he's being linked to Leeds and Leicester City in the summer. And his future's uncertain at the football club. Pete, do you know what? Leicester, Leeds, get his checkbook out, man, and just take this guy away, man, because we need a different kind of Elliot Anderson's the future, man.
Yep, the guy's 26 years old now. If a good offer comes in from any club, really, I think we should definitely look to consider it. We really, really should do. Is he going to be? I've said, we know he's a local lad. We know he is, but is he a player that's gonna win us trophies and all of that? I really don't think he is, John. I really, really don't. Again, some people may disagree, but if a good offer comes in, John, I think we should look to consider it.
I totally agree, because the thing is, right, I mean, a lot of people say, you split the fans in the minutes. That's number one. Number two, right? I mean, I'm not against him, but we need to move away because this is our phase 3, the third year of our project, yeah? We need to keep turning players over, yeah? We need to step up and get better players, Tony. I know you're strong about this, about 36 should be moved on. And for me, I know Billy likes him. I think for me, if he's not going to leave this summer, for me, it's got to be a squad player for me.
Yeah, I think. Look, I mean, look, the Yorkshire Evening News have put out there tonight that Leeds are definitely interested in him for maybe 10 to 15 million pounds, and they're saying Newcastle are open to entertaining any offers up to that. If they come in with an offer of 10 to 15 million, Newcastle would be interested in taking that offer because he'll only have a year left on his deal anyway. That's it. Obviously, if Leeds come up, I suppose. I mean, at the moment they're currently drawn 2-2 with the Smoggies. If they don't get it, if they don't win tonight, and obviously Ipswich win the next game, then they move further away from Leeds. So Leeds have played 44 games, but they've just got ahead now, Leeds. So they've gone 3-2 up through Gnonto. So Gnonto's just put them ahead. But yeah, I mean, look. I think if he goes in the summer. And look, we've got Anderson there, we've got Miley there. We've got Willick when he's fit. So, and remember, hopefully, if the FA shows some common sense, we will have Tonali back in the summer as well. So, we're going to be well stacked in midfield. So, to be honest with you, losing Longstaff won't be a huge blow to us. And, if we want to be elite and we want to be up there at the top table, players like Longstaff do unfortunately have to go.
Yeah, I've got to kind of agree. We've got loads of midfielders, like you said, as well. We got you got Bruno, Joel Linton, Elliot Anderson. Yeah, Joel Willock when he's match fit. Also, you got Tonali when he gets his band as well. And you know what? We don't need Sean Longstaff. We really don't. I mean, the thing is, though, Pete, what does he actually bring to the table? That's number one. Secondly, right? Is he going to get us 10 goals? Is he going to win us a title? I don't think he will, man.
Yeah, well, I've said he probably won't. The fact is, he gets nowhere ahead of the likes of Joe Linton, Bruno, Tonali when he comes back into the side as well.
Yeah.
He's not going to get ahead of there. He's only, in a way, got himself in the first team because of the current injuries situation that we've had, unfortunately. But it's a player we should look to consider of options. As Tony said, we need elite players now. Sean Longstaff is unfortunately not one of those elite players.
No, very not. Got big up to Martin, by the way. You got to love the lad. He's a big Man City fan. Big up to Martin.
You'll be okay, well, man.
And fantastic channel. Do follow his channel, guys. I urge you to follow, subscribe to his channel, The Mancunian Way. A Manchester City fan. Fantastic channel as well. He's on for it for hours, though, but he is very interesting. I know Bruno says he loves you, but we will majority test summertime. Pep wants Bruno big time, and we spend big. Before we go back to 36, Tony, what's your take on Martin's comment? I mean, bearing in mind, he's just bought a mansion for $4 million.
Yeah, I mean, look, it all depends. I mean, look, if we finish in European place, and he sort of said this against Forest, that if we finish in, if we're playing in Europe, he doesn't really want to go anywhere. Would he want to go to Man City? That's the thing, and that's no disrespect to Man City, but look, we've seen it time and time again, the same players, and some of them don't make it. Like, so, Grealish doesn't get a lot of game time. So would Bruno want to go there when they've got a great midfield anyway, stacked full of players who, they've got Rodri, who's probably one of the best DMs in the world. They've got Alvarez who can play there. They've got lots of midfielders, let's be honest, Kovacic, so they're well stocked, Man City. So I can't see them wanting Bruno. And I mean, yeah, okay, even though he's bought a house in Darras Hall, but then that wouldn't stop him travelling to Manchester and then staying at his house in Darras Hall weekends. But I can't see Bruno going in the summer, if I'm honest. I think he'll stay. If we get European football, he stays, as far as I'm concerned.
because we know he's got a release clause. We know he does. All these clubs about, but it's still down to Bruno's decision whether he would want to move or not.
But the release clause is only for clubs abroad, Pete. It's not for the.
It's not for the Premier League. That's it.
Exactly.
As well, yes, it is.
So we could add demand as much as we wanted.
Yeah, we could.
That's the thing. Just going back to the next question as well from Lee. Big up to Lee. Do you think we should go for Gulassi in the summer signing? Plays for Stuttgart. His team is third in the Bundesliga, 4 points clear for the fourth place team. And if Stuttgart do get Champions League, bear in mind where they were last season, they had to play off. They got relegated, by the way. And they have a fantastic season. I do not think he'd be leaving Stuttgart, not if they got Champions League football. So I don't think he'll be leaving there soon. Come back to 36 a bit. Even to David as well. Hi to Win. Fresh to come out from Eagle Eye Football Palace channel. Amazing channel as well. Do follow as well. NUFC videos. Hi to you. Evening to Alan. Hope you're well. No one can aware. Pep can do on Bruno. Just bought 4 mil. Who's here and he's going absolutely nowhere. I think Martin will come back on that one as well.
Thing is, John, you say that about Gulassi, he would stay because obviously Champions League football, but not necessarily because we know money talks in football, but not only does money talk, but he may look at the fact, he may think, if a Premier League club comes in from, say if it was us that came in from and we're in, say, Europa League and he's Champions League, you may think, do you know what? I want to play in the Premier League. And you might say, this might be a great opportunity to go to the Premier League. Yes, okay, I'm not going to play the Champions League this season, but I'm going to play in the Europa League. You don't know. That's the thing, It depends. Stuttgart might say, oh, we want to offload him in the summer because they might want to raise funds, I mean, this season he started 21 out of 24 games and he scored 25 goals, which is outstanding, by the way, and he's got 1 assist. Finishing and penalty taking and anchor play are his strengths as well, so he's got really good strengths there. And if we look at big chances created this season, he's created 10 big chances this season, which is just absolutely immense, when you think for a player of his quality. And also he's missed 14 big chances this season as well. So, I mean, in Bundesliga, he's up there with the very best, He's up there with Harry Kane. Let's not forget, Harry Kane started 30 games this season for Bayern Munich and scored 33 goals in his first season, then got 8 assists. And Harry Kane has missed 26 big chances. So, if he puts half of them away, Kane, he'd be on 46 goals by now. I mean, it's absolutely madness that Kane's gone there and he's absolutely hit the ground running. And people were saying about Harry Kane, and I know I said this a while back, I said, would you take Kane at Newcastle? And people were like, no, don't want him anywhere near our team. Well, I tell you what, the way he's banging the goals in, I think you need to look at that and think, no, actually, he's a quality striker because it's not just the fact he scores the goals. He's very clever the way he plays. He does come out deep, and he does it for England as well. And he's always been a fantastic goal scorer. So it doesn't matter how old he is. He might be 30 now, but, this guy, if he's fit for our Euros, which hopefully he is, he's the key to England getting anywhere near the final.
I agree. I totally agree. He's going to be key. And I hope Anthony Gordon joins him as well. And Harry Kane, what a season he's had, still in Champions League. And getting past one, which is going to be a big ask. I still think for me, if you look at the best league in the world, people saying Pep, I said Ancelotti. That guy's got it. Evening, people. There might have been. Hi to you, men. Hope you are well. Hi to Amy. Love you lots, as always. And I'm doing fine, mate. Hope you are too. I see John and Palace fans didn't read my message out. I do apologise. When I see them, I'll have a word with them as well. You're saying Phil, Isak, Gordon, and Bruno. And Rising is applying to Alan, especially we should see. Longstaff always try to attack this injury all the time. So Mancunian where Bruno's going nowhere. Is here to stay. But we see Henrik. Oh, good luck with that one, Alan. Wow. Ashworth deal looks to be green light for 12 mil.
Well, I haven't seen anything official on that.
Not the official yet,
No.
but if that's the Mighty Beans comments, cool. We have to respect this comment. I love it. Hi to win. And John, why should we follow a Man City channel? You know what? I've been on this channel before, and he is absolutely excellent. We collabs, called collaboration, mate. Collab, talking about different teams as well. So yeah, it's called collab, mate. This is one of the reasons.
I'll tell you what it is, John.
Go on.
I'll tell you what it is.
Go on.
About Ashworth, obviously, I've not seen that for 12 million. But let's be honest, I've got a message for Compo. And what I'm going to say to Compo is, that is Jim Ratcliffe, by the way, Compo. Because he looks like bloody Compo. Just needs to put that little green hat on, and he definitely looks like Compo. Well, Compo, I tell you what, yes, you'll need to get the comp pen out, but I tell you what, I hope we dig our heels in and say you can have Ashworth after the transfer window closes.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. That's an absolute fair shout. We've got to make them suffer.
And when you saw him on the TV at the London Marathon, it looks like he's just getting out of bed, out of his car, out of his sleeping bag.
Here we go again.
He looks like somewhere loose on the streets.
It does.
And you sent me what? He said he looks like Roy Cropper.
He does, doesn't he? That's what I sent you, didn't I, Roy Cropper?
Roy Cropper. I'll tell you what.
His little shopping bag.
He's under big pressure this season in the summer. I mean, for me, I still keep Ten Hag. I just don't understand why they want to get rid. I just don't understand why. I really don't.
Johnny's not a Premier League manager, that's why.
I think the bloke's lost the dressing room. Even if he wins the FA Cup, which I don't see him happening, that's just paper over the cracks with Manchester United, because it's an absolute pigsty, that club.
It's a mess.
I felt sorry for Coventry because that was very minimal to lose it like that.
I think that's offside.
I mean,
I think that's offside.
It's a very tight one, you could say, but it's heartbreak to have a goal where you think you've won it, just to have it snatched right away from you.
Exactly.
Would look like what was going to be the last kick of the game.
Yeah. Mark Roberts didn't even celebrate neither. He didn't even celebrate, which I can understand why he didn't, because he knew he would get a contract out, and what can you say? What can I say? But it is what it is. This is one of the reasons Pep wants Paquetá. Then the season after trying to get Bruno by Pep mitts off. That is from Julie. Julie, you go, Gil.
I think Man City will get Paquetá. I think they will.
I think they will. It is so Paquetá or Bruno. I think they get Paquetá.
I think that's definitely one of their number one choices.
Yeah.
Martin said, I've been watching Martin shows, and he said.
True. When Mahrez told everyone he was stealing, then he went to what players say now means now, to be honest. Basically, to say they're happy. But, when it comes to the ching-ching, it comes away, doesn't it? They could sort off. That's apparently about Bruno as well. Bruno's loose clause can't be triggered by Premier League clubs, so they cannot speak to him, so it's BS.
Oh, well, there you go. What do you say?
Tony, we are bound 2 midfielders. And that's confirmed.
Well, I think Paquetá is definitely one of them for you, Martin. I think you'll get Paquetá over the line.
Yeah, I believe so. Bruno is our backbone of the team. Tony, Bruno will go right into his team, but he is ours. And we need Kovacic and Nunes are backup, simple as, and Alvarez isn't a midfielder. He's a centre forward, by the way. I should have cut you earlier on, Tony. Sorry about that. Tonali.
Well, he can't play midfield, though, John. He can.
No. Can he? I mean, last all looks, he can play with right on the right.
Yeah. So he's still sort of midfield and he's right winger. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
I think Alvarez could be one of those versatile players, though, I think.
Yeah, I like Alvarez. He works hard for the team. I think he's underrated, that guy. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves, but you know what? That guy's brilliant. He really is. Can I see Newcastle selling Bruno to Man City is a rival after all, lads. Villa said they never sold Jackie G, and we got in money talks. I'm saying, and Jack said he wasn't leaving.
I think 100 million was probably a good off that Villa couldn't refuse in a way. Like,
and on the side that other midfielder as well. It's Echeverry.
Yeah,
the Argentinian, 18-year-old. I think that's who it is. I could be wrong, but I'm sure that's the name of a Echeverry. I think Martin's in the chat. You'll know who I'm on about.
Yeah, they're getting Savio. They're getting Savio from Girona. That guy is a fantastic player. Fantastic player. Not trying to trigger, just saying we were interested. I mean, Martin speaks facts, by the way, guys. And have you heard of FFP, or does it affect you? Says Alan. Oh, Martin, we have something to say about that as well. He's in the chat. And Amy as well with the smiles as well. Hi to Kel, by the way. I'm in the Real Talk podcast. Yes, you are. You're in the chat as well. Hello again, Kel, and again, big up. And you're at the right place as well. Thank you very much, Mama. FFP, we are fine. We can spend 500 mil and fine due to our turnover, and we will sell 200 mil worth as well. So Man City can actually spend what they want. And Angelotti, wasn't she married to Brad Pitt? No, Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie was, yeah.
Cool. Martin, just saying, but we should have better used a long time ago. But I believe City warned us about the FFP. They absolutely warned us.
Yeah, they did.
And why we had no FFP when we spent. And, this is going to be FFP, sure. I can see it. Might be those first. We'll see about that one. Hi to Lorraine, 50 mil.
Lorraine.
Massive hugs to Lorraine, by the way. Massive hugs to her as well. She's only teeny. And don't care if she's 5 foot 5'1", 5'2", or 4'10". She is beautiful. Hey to you as well. Aim to Lorraine. I'm not going to read the next one out. I mean, but I know what you mean, Matty. Hey, Lorraine as well. I've seen the Cashworthy story, 50 mil I read. That's you talking about Mr. Ashworth or Cashworth as well. Or Wilson Tony. I love Bruno. He's an incredible guy, incredible player, but don't get it twisted. If a bid came in was too much to reject, I will sell him. Liverpool saw Coutinho and became a top 10 NUFC first. So basically, Mikey P, big up to Mikey P, by the way. I hope you're well. And basically saying that he'd be happy to sell Bruno if the money was correct. So that more like Sardash Dingo.
Oh, Julie, brilliant.
Shadrach.
Wow. Julie J, man.
Are you having a look at him, Tony?
Wow.
Who's that?
Shadrach Dingle.
Wow.
I haven't bad enough to have a look now.
Mark,
I know, yeah, no, he is.
Bigger than Mark, Ashford 50 mil. Yeah. I'd take 20 back by way. 10 Hagen not up to scratch, John. That's from Julie J. Yes, fair enough. He could be in spot above there.
It does look like Ratcliffe.
He's got it up.
No interest in City, John. Come on, Newcastle. It's my team. Not interested in other clubs. Sorry, not having a go, but no interest. Fair enough. Fair enough, Alan. And to win. Everyone says hi to Lorraine as well. United, we have the real Bruno lads and lasses. Yeah. And you say, no worries, Alan. I'll collaborate. All the lads, we get it on again, called collaboration. Yeah, we're going to talk about it as well again, about the FFP. That is no problems at all. And love you too, Amy, as well. I think City should be blocked for 5 year on transfers just to let them other teams catch up. Oh, Alan. City would get Kimmich. Grealish is one of those to leave City, back to Villa apparently. Martin, you keep your best players. East has to go nowhere neither. And we go on to this one as well. Looks like it's being dragged backwards further hedge. Let's go on to the next one. Right, we'll talk about long 36, by the way. We're going to talk about the next one, Pete. Eddie wants to keep Wilson called in to Football Insider. For me, you know he's out of contract at the end of the season. I think so. next season.
Yeah,
Sorry,
next year will be his
Aye.
last. Be
his last.
It'll be his last one with a big contract. Wilson, great servant, but it's time he's moved on for me, I'm afraid. The injuries are they're just incredible, John, unfortunately.
I agree.
He's had double figures since about 2018, I'm sure it is. The guy, unfortunately, is just unfortunately made of glass. The first time we got him, well, we know he's had 2 serious ACLs for Bournemouth. We've seen him have a serious hamstring injury in early 2021 when we beat Southampton 3-2. And he's had a very serious one towards the end of 2021 and came back pretty much, of course, at the beginning of the end of the season. He didn't have many last season, probably just a couple of niggles. He did suffer with a bit of illness. But this season, I think, particularly the strains, I think they're really catching up with him now, unfortunately. We've seen him a few times now this season. He's picking up a slight strain. He's out for weeks now. He's out for weeks. We know he's had a torn pectoral muscle, which probably you could say was a little bit unlucky, in my opinion. But it's just the other injuries now, John.
Yeah.
It's like plays a couple of games, out injured, comes back, may play another couple of or a few games. He's back on the sidelines again now.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, Tony, what's your take on Callum Wilson, man?
Look, John, this is my only downside with Eddie Howe, is he's far too sentimental. We could have got rid of Dummett in January, and Eddie Howe said, no, can't get rid of him, we need to keep him, And look, Wilson's been great for us, let's be honest, when he's been fit. But when the guy can't play more than 2 games without getting injured. And I called it the last time. I said he'll play 2 games, he'll get injured, and that's exactly what happened. So for me, I say no, we do not keep Wilson. And I just hope the owners, the people above him, Eddie Howe, will say, look, sorry, Eddie, we know you like Callum Wilson, but look, he isn't staying fit long enough. We need strikers that are fit. If Isak's injured, you need somebody to come straight in. It's no good having Wilson on the treatment table if you've got nobody else to come in. I mean, we've got Ben Parkinson. He's not really up to the task. So technically, why, who else can we throw up front? I know Anthony Gordon can play there, but it's not his natural position. But other than that, Wilson, we have to upgrade in the summer. If we want to be an elite club, you've got to have strength in all departments. And at the end of the day, you need to have strong strikers. This is why I was so disappointed we did not even go for Marcus Leonardo. Because, look, yes, he's a young striker, but he could have been on that bench and learning. Yeah. Instead, Benfica go and pay the money to buy him. And he's done well for Benfica. So, look, that's what we should have done. What we need to do is, one, is we need to get another backup striker. So say someone like Benjamin Sesko, who we're linked with, I would say get rid of Wilson, bring him in, and then maybe you bring in a young striker from maybe Brazil, Argentina, South America, who's doing all right. Bring them in. They're your third choice. So at the end of the day, if Isak's out injured, then you've got Sesko taking over. Then you've got a decent third. Then you've got a young third choice, but it's a third choice that can start games for us as well. So that's where we need to be. But we need to be starting to eke some of these players out. I mean, the likes of Wilson is just like, yes, he'd go and do a job for a nice mid-table team. Maybe go back to Bournemouth or, maybe somebody like even a West Ham or someone like that, or an Everton even. But look, I think Wilson's days are over now. And to be honest with you, I said at the Forest game, he did not look happy. He did not look happy on that pitch at all. and his agents are looking for a move for him in the summer as well. So, to be honest, I can't see him staying. And I would like to hope the owners say to Eddie Howe, look, come on, Eddie, you've got to start. If Eddie Howe wants to be successful, now this is what I've said before, and this is not a criticism. This is just saying how it is. And, you know, at the end of the day, and people in the chat probably agree with me as well, if Eddie Howe wants to succeed and be a top-level manager, and I mean top-level, not just like intermediate, I mean if he wants to go out there winning trophies, he's got to start being ruthless. He's got to stop showing sentimentality and start being ruthless. Saying to players like Sir Callum Wilson, thank you for everything you've done here. Fortunately, we have to move on as a club. You are no longer in my plans, you know, but go and get yourself a new club and enjoy the rest of your career, whatever you've got left. Because Callum Wilson probably hasn't got long left, let's be honest. All the injuries are catching up on him now, and that's what we're seeing on a regular basis. And that is why Callum Wilson's missing a lot of games. So, you know, and Eddie keeps saying, well, he's learned this and he's learned that. But what has he learned when he's been with Sarri and Simeone and Klopp? What's he learned? Because from what I'm saying, he hasn't learned anything. But apart from wanting to be too sentimental, which is what he was at Bournemouth, with the likes of Leeds Mousset and other players like that. So he's got to get that mentality out of his head of being too sentimental with players. So starting with the likes of Wilson, the likes of Longstaff, get rid in the summer and bring in better quality. You know, I'm not saying Wilson's bad quality, because if Wilson was fit for even 3/4 of the season, he would be banging over 20 goals in every season in the Premier League. But it's the fact is, you do not get enough games out of Callum Wilson. And talking about free transfers as well, we're looking at, I know we're after the Lloyd Kelly things going on. If there's a choice between Torsen or Lloyd Kelly, Torsen for me is number one ahead of Lloyd Kelly, because Lloyd Kelly is injury prone as well. So look, you know, I really hope we bring Torsen in over Lloyd Kelly, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'll go with you as well, Tony, as well. Torsen's a unit as well. Better defender. No disrespect to Lloyd Kelly, but as injury prone. And we've got to keep away from the injured players now, do you know what I mean? Because it's just not going to do us any good. Callum Wilson, for me, I think he's been a great servant for Newcastle. For me, he needs to be moved on. And that's no disrespect. We need to move on. And I said this many a time, we need a project. It's a phase 3 in the summer. We need to turn it over. We can't keep hanging us on at a club now. Yeah, and that's all it is. Didn't Bruno just post about his wife never leaving? If she's not going, he's not going either. Fact. He's got a house there, so he's not going anywhere in England. So that's great news. Just to get this out there, I was starting struck. Shay's given me 2 likes in 2 days. Shay Gibbon, by the way, congratulations on the likes.
Nice, well done. Wow.
Good on you. And mine as well. And anyway, leave in peace. Wasn't trying to be bigger, trigger, lads. No, listen, Martin.
Definitely not Martin.
Martin, you telling me channel anytime, mate. He's telling me channel anytime, mate. And make sure you get us back on yours as well. Get you back mine as well. Inter Milan's going to win the Scudetto. 2-0 against Milan. There's going to be plenty of manager changes in the summer. I can see that one coming soon. Probably could be on his way out as well. And Julie J, about my height, I don't know how tall you are. I think you 5'6", 5'7". Mancunian is expecting when you enter Newcastle chat. That's me. No hard feelings. Listen, he's a great guy. You've got to love the guy. That's the last part. The last podcast was like, yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, Eagle-Eye Football, brilliant, guys. I like that for a long time.
That was really what Julie come out with.
Oh, man. Wow. It's Kane and Jazz down out to Emmerdale. I like that one as well. Shadrach as well. Anyone else in Charlotte in the news? She's been visiting a women's charity called Smart Start. My friend runs this charity. I'm so proud of her. Big up to Charlotte as well. We don't know that, but big up to Charlotte if that is true. Oh, bless her. 5 foot. Oh, soloing. But we all like you. We all love you. Just home City stuff for United in the final.
Oh, yeah. I really hope that happens because The way Man U celebrated at the end, I mean, come on. Particularly Anthony.
Yeah. And Hoyland, I like Hoyland, but he ran straight to the crowd and he went like that sort of thing for you won the whole thing. Come on, man. You were poor. Absolutely shocking. Seriously, man. Absolutely shocking. I mean, rants and bants. I tell you what, I'll be watching this channel late tomorrow, and I tell you what, he ain't happy at all whatsoever. He's not.
A lot of the honest Man United fans are saying they're worried for the final now.
Aye, rightly so. Right.
They said we absolutely got away with one.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see yesterday when Hoyland scored that winning penalty with the way he ran and celebrated with the fans, and then he turned around and realised that the rest of them weren't even interested in celebrating?
Oh, yeah. Oh, not to mention when Coventry had the fourth goal and all the Man United fans have left. They're trying to get back into bloody Wembley.
Wow. Don't ever leave the stadium.
Should never leave a football game, no.
Like our Carabao Cup final, a lot of those Man United fans didn't stay and watch the celebration.
Fact. I mean, I went to the match. I think it was the Milan game, right? When Milan scored, people said I left the stadium early, yeah. And I said to them, I did not leave the stadium early. I went down the steps to level 2. That's where I stood after when he scored the second goal, so I can get an early exit, after the game. And then people saying, "Not a true fan." Yeah, shut up, man. Go look at me vlogs. Then you know what I'm talking about, right? Simple as that. Shame the carry on with Gateshead, FC and playoffs. We're going to talk about that, Philip, in just a few minutes. Mancunian, where no problems. The bonus so important for us. Can't be having other English clubs attacking him. And let's go on to Alan. For me, Wilson longs to have to go in the summer.
Yeah,
and
definitely have to.
Tony's co-host. So big up to Rolly.
Hey, Rolly. Good evening. Hope you're well.
On my holidays in France.
Hi, Rolly.
Oh, I'll be having a
big
great
up
time.
To Rolly. Have a fantastic time in France, man. And you deserve a holiday, my guy. You deserve
He's in
it.
Belgium, really. He's not in France. He's just saying that's a smoke screen.
Yeah. Well, we need to investigate that as well. And Philip on Ranger about this, like, yep, all about gears. Not so well known. Fact, PIF pay more UK tax than Jim. In fact, most of us do. Facts. Big up to AFC always. These Arteta out all day. Big up to you, AFC always. Hope you're well. And I hope you're having a fantastic weekend and had a fantastic day as well. It's been a while, really, bud. So Wilson to Saudi team. That's from Phil. Episode like the day. Eddie doesn't want to keep Cullen. He has to say that. Otherwise, he's pushing players under the bus and we lose trust. That's the mighty bin.
And I think we could still get about 15 to 20 million for Callum Wilson.
Very interesting. Football Insider says shares that were sold 37 mil smart business and will mean no problems in the sum of FFP. That's from Alan. Hope that is the case. Vog on the time. Come on, that's in my guy. So Raggler looks like he's just come off Ragnarok. Ragnarok! I love it. And big up to Kelsey, by the way, on social media. Big up to Kelsey. She's watching the show.
I'm looking at this Ragnarok. I don't know why.
Thanks. Go on YouTube, man. It's on there. And Rose have been fit for around 69% of their games. Now, the thing is, right, you don't have to be 100% fit to play, yeah? You can still be 60% and still play. That's how it is.
But he's just missing games now. That's the problem now. It's just couple of games played, then he's injured.
Exactly. Way too much. Right, Sinclair, totally proud. Like,
hey, Foxy.
That's Foxy. They got Foxy, by the way. Did he say France or did he go over the border to Belgium? That's interesting. Would you prefer Isak to Ireland, better striker? Yep. And a minute he is. The same will happen to going to Tony with Callum. Lads, Woodside and Gibbs White out for the place of Wilson. Or Wilson's the central mid.
Gibbs White, good player, but I think Forrest are quoting a big price on him.
Exactly.
That's the only problem.
He's English
There's
as
better
well.
abroad, Peter.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's go on to the next one. Talk about Gateshead. Yesterday, I was seeing your the group chat saying that they can't play in the playoffs and can't get promoted because the council cannot guarantee the 10-year lease, which I think is an absolute disgrace, man. Disgracia. Go on, Tony. What's your take on it?
I think it's shambolic. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I mean, look, Gateshead have rightly qualified for the playoffs. They've had a cracking season. They're going back to Wembley again in the FA Trophy. Hopefully this time they can go on and win it. Look, I think it's absolutely disgusting. Gateshead Council should hang their heads in shame. There is a protest there tonight at 8:30 at the Civic Centre.
I've heard, yes,
as
there
we
is.
are
And there's
on,
one tomorrow.
on
And one tomorrow as well.
Yeah. I think it's absolutely disgraceful what they're doing, Gateshead Council. To me, if they can't guarantee the stadium, why don't they put the stadium up for sale? I'm sure our owners could buy that stadium. If our owners bought that stadium, can you imagine? Not only would they make it in, not only would it be there for the football, but they could make that stadium into a world-class athletics venue as well. You know, because you got everything there, and they could build on that and make that into a tremendous stadium with tremendous facilities. On top of that as well, you'd have Sella there doing all the stuff as well, all the entertainment, things like that. So, you know, you've got all that. That would be fantastic in the long run if our if our owners did buy that. That would help Gateshead out massively. But could we say to Gateshead, come play Kingston Park then if you can't secure your time there, and then come play Kingston Park? You know, because at least that would be guaranteed. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's shambolic, and I think it's an absolute disgrace. And you know, whoever voted for Gateshead Council, and obviously it's a Labour council, so they've been voted in. Well, you know, they're trying to win a general election. Well, if you look at their councillors, they don't deserve to be in bloody government, do they? So, look, I think they need to have a rethink of this, but it's nice to see that Gateshead's actually threw an appeal back to the EFL about this, because they're not happy at all. And why should they be? At the end of the day, this could cost Gateshead millions, because look, at the end of the day, what's to say Gateshead don't win the playoffs and go up to the Football League? They were very close to it a few years ago when they lost to Cambridge United in the final 2-1. They just come to the party a little bit too late when it mattered. But you know, they've earned the right. Even Solihull Moors is not happy about this decision either. They're not happy about it. So they're even asking questions of the National League, what the hell's going on here? So Gateshead's getting a lot of support, and rightly so, because at the end of the day, they deserve the right to play in them playoff games. Okay, they might not win them, but you know, even if they do win them, then obviously you say, right, okay, sort your stadium out, get sorted by next season. Look what happened to Luton Town. Their stadium wasn't really fit for the Premier League. They had to do some investment. They had to spend 10 million over the summer to get it all up to scratch, ready for the Premier League.
Agreed.
So, you know, the scope there, they could have said to Gateshead, look, okay, you compete. If you do win the playoffs, we need to know by say June at the latest, that you can fulfil going in the Football League. At least then they've got till June to sort it out. Mm-hmm. But to say now that they can't do it, it's just shambolic. And I just like I say, Gateshead Council, you just want to hang your heads in shame. The lot of years, you're a disgrace to Gateshead, a disgrace to the northeast of England.
Fact. I mean, the thing is, right, I mean, Gateshead pay their hard-earned money to watch their team play it week in, week out, yeah? And I'll tell you something now, right, Pete? Yeah, they must be absolutely peeved off what's going on. I tell you what, actually, court cases here as well. If Nick DeMarco get their hands on them, or the Football League, or the council, my God, I tell you what, they better think about it real quick.
Yeah, exactly. And no wonder the fans are going out protesting as well. If there's been one tonight, there's another one talking about tomorrow as well. Yeah, I think they should. Yeah, but hopefully they can win this appeal because what happened with Gateshead last time. I think when they got to the playoffs, they didn't win it, but I think they were booted out the National League as well. I feel that season as well. I could be wrong. And they were dropped into the National League North, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, Peter. It really is, man. I mean, come on. They found a flipping way. Why did they not sort this out way before the season?
And Mark's comment says Newcastle should buy, but again, this is mentioned on TDR, what the guy said. It's nothing to do with Newcastle Gateshead, unfortunately. That's the problem.
It is.
But I think Gateshead needs to be sold to an individual owner now.
Hopefully, Newcastle PIF could buy that club and turn, like Tony said off air, turn that into a football stadium for the lasses. Do you know what I mean? And turn that into a football pitch, you know, like another stadium. Still, Newcastle United by Gateshead ground. Let women play there. I think that's a good shout. It really is a great shout. But people think Newcastle should buy the stadium. While we love to do it, do what exactly? The board are busy with our club with the development of St James Park and the lasses.
And I think Brian is unfortunately spot on there. He is. They're going to prioritise our club first, not in terms of the investment in the women's team, but they're probably looking at trying to expand the stadium as well. They're probably looking at other sponsorships to help with finances as well, possibly help with FFP and things like that. That's our 40 out there. Our owners' priorities of our Newcastle United only at the moment, and nobody else.
Yeah, it's sad. It's absolutely sad. We've got to help these clubs. You've got to help these clubs, Tony. We've got to help smaller clubs in some way. Do you know what I mean? But these councils, like, they're quick for your money, for your council tax, your bills, etc., etc. But when it comes to spending money, they say, "Oh, nah, we want to save them. I don't want to spend that." Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pity in some ways when you think about it. They couldn't ground share with us, you know what I mean? But there again, it would depend on what weekends we play and things like that, and when there's games on. So I think it would be a bit hard. I mean, you've been to Blue Stars ground, haven't you, Pete?
Yeah, have I?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a new ground, isn't it? But would that ground be good enough for EFL, do you think?
It's not big enough I don't think it's big enough for an EFL. No, I don't think Blue Star holds that many fans. Well, seat-wise, no, it doesn't, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, see, the only nearest stadium that could realistically go to, well, I don't think they'd want to go to Mackhamland, that's for sure. The only other stadium that could always use, but it's further away from Gateshead. It's not even in Gateshead, it's in Darlington. And that's where the rugby team play at what used to be called the George Reynolds Arena.
Darlington.
But they won't want to go that far.
No. Well, so let's hope Gateshead sorts it out very, very soon. I think we should go in the summer to be in Sesco and then set a format. As an Andrew, big ups to Archer, by the way, Archer. And yeah, that is shocking. What about the stadium near the Angel of the North? Yeah, that's Gates going to build a new stadium. If they can't help out Gateshead Football Club, surely they're not going to build a stadium there.
Yeah.
Is it true that Federer's buying South Shields Football Club will set a wind up? That's the first I heard of it. Take it a pinch of salt, man. Yeah. Council saw arms these pockets greedy gets. I wonder how much they make. That'll be interesting. Now, the last has to be in Newcastle. If anything, they'll buy Kingston Park Stadium and redevelop that. The board are also looking at a new all-in-one training complex. Newcastle Falcons, yep. South Shields, Blue Star are my local. Not yet, but give it a few years. They'll investigate money talks, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, guys, I mean, Tony, something needs to be done at Gateshead. I mean, they need that club to be in the Football League. But you got teams like Altrincham full-time, Solihull Moors as well. I mean, they play some good stuff as well. That was happened to them. Halifax as well. But do you know what? I think Gateshead deserves to be in the Football League, man. But unfortunately, they're going to deny that chance.
Unless they sort this out, John. That's the thing. They've got to sort it out. And, but as I say, the club have put an appeal in. So let's see what happens. I mean, when I had my season ticket and I lived up north in Newcastle, what I used to do was, if I didn't go to an away game, I used to join thousands of other Geordies, and we used to go to Gateshead and watch Gateshead play, the week Newcastle played away from home. And then, when it was, because that's the way it used to work out, we used to be away and Gateshead would be at home, so go to the Gateshead matches. And it was a fantastic atmosphere. And Gateshead loved it because, look, the crowds went up, the money was spent as well because the fans go. And probably Newcastle fans still go now when Newcastle's playing away, and or if we're playing on a Sunday or something, probably go along and watch Gateshead. I mean, I think Pete goes to a few Gateshead games, and
I haven't been to any.
Mason's been.
I haven't been to any Gateshead. Well, the last one I went to kind of was like when Newcastle played the friendly there.
It's 4-2 to Leeds now, Somerville.
Oh.
Game set and done. Just not go away yet. I think it's going to go
61 minutes.
That's game over. Leeds are so good when they're like that, guys. What a championship race there. What a championship race, guys.
It's a 3-horse race now because Southampton are out of it now.
They are. Ipswich got to play soon as well. So they got a tough one. They got to play, I think they got to play Coventry away as well. That'd be a tough game for them. So it'd be very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, they've got to sort this out, John, at the end of the day. And I suppose it's one that's going to rumble on for a while yet, but we will see. We will certainly see. We will certainly see what happens. Oh, it's now 5-2. Oh no, that's the replay. Sorry, I thought that was a fifth there. No, it's a replay. It's a beautiful goal, by the way, from Somerville.
Wow!
Totally takes a keeper out of it. But yeah, it's one to watch, John. That's for sure. But we'll see what happens with Gateshead.
Oh, Tony, what have you sent us?
But there's one thing, John.
Who is that, Tony?
What's that?
That's Jim Ratcliffe.
Am I frozen?
Yeah, I'm John. Is he supposed to be a CEO?
Keep chatting, guys. Keep chatting.
Yeah. What's up, Pete?
Is he supposed to be a thingy up there, Tony? To Jim Ratcliffe, what you've sent us?
Compo.
Oh, that's Compo, is it?
Compo from Last of the Summer Wine.
Oh,
looks like Ratcliffe.
I haven't watched her for yogs.
It looks like him, though, doesn't it? It's a resemblance there, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
There's an absolute resemblance there, Pete. Compo looks like Ratcliffe. I mean, look, obviously John's trying to sort out his internet now. I mean, right, yesterday, look, we saw things come out. Well, yesterday was a funny old day, wasn't it? In terms of football, we saw Coventry, almost upset the odds by nearly beating Man United. I mean, they were massive. In my opinion, they were massively unlucky with that fourth goal not to be stood. Very marginal offside. I mean, look, we go to Palace on Wednesday night, which we were thinking may be a nice, easy game, but it's not going to be that easy now, really, is it?
No.
Not after they've beat Liverpool and now they've went out and absolutely took apart West Ham 5-2. I mean, it's obviously the man just got something right there. So, we'll see. I mean, look, yesterday as well, Nottingham Forest. I mean, we saw a lot of controversy there. Now, Forest brought out this So anyway, they brought out this post yesterday, which they put out there. And I know they've had a lot of criticism for it. They put 3 extremely poor decisions, 3 penalties not given, which we simply cannot accept. We warned the PGMOL, the Professional Game Match Officials Limited, that the VAR is a Luton Town fan before the game. In other words, Stuart Atwell is a Luton fan. But they did not change him. Our patience has been tested multiple times. Nottingham Forest will consider its options. Now, look, I can see why Forest have said that. Because, look, they're just above Luton Town. And, you know, they're only above Luton Town by a point. And I can see why they're upset. And at first, a lot of people thought it was a wind-up. They thought it was just some parody account until they realised, no, it's the actual official Nottingham Forest Twitter account.
That's the thing.
Now, they've had a lot of criticism for it. But I've got nothing. Do you know what? I think it's about time people spoke up, because at the end of the day, if Stuart Atwell is a Luton Town fan and Howard Webb knew this, Howard Webb should have removed him from VAR. But let's not forget, Howard Webb wasn't the most squeaky clean official either, was he? You know, no. He always wore a red shirt underneath his black top when Man United played. You know, he had his little Man United top on under his ref shirt, because he's well known for that, wasn't he? But look, I mean, if you've got somebody on VAR who is a fan of a club that is like literally below them, it's a relegation candidate, then yes, they should have been removed. You should have got an official that supports, say, Chester City or, or somebody who supports Liverpool or whatever, but not somebody who's a direct rival like that. And obviously they've gone on further to say today as well, Nottingham Forest have said, look, Nottingham Forest has now submitted a formal request to PGMOL to release into the public domain, so that's for everybody of us to hear as well. They want the audio recordings between the officials during yesterday's game at Everton at Goodison Park. The club's requested it to be shared for the key incidents where Ashley Young's challenge on Giovanni Reina in the 24th minute, Young's handball on the 44th minute, and Young's challenge on Callum Hudson-Odoi in the 56th minute. We firmly advocate for the broader football community and supporters to have access to the audio and the transcript for full transparency, ensuring the integrity of our sport is upheld. Now, the Premier League have said that Forest have are bringing down the integrity of the game by doing this. You're not happy with Forest at all. The FA is now investigating it. It's a mess. It's a mess. And look, that was a bloody handball because he had his hand out.
It is, yep.
How on earth do you not give a penalty for that? I mean, do you think Forest were robbed of 3 penalties? John, what's your thoughts on that yesterday, John? What was your thoughts on it? What do you think about Forest putting out a statement like that? Do you think they were wrong or they're right?
I think, if I'm honest with you, I think they're right, if I'm honest with you, because they felt cheated. I mean, if you look at 2 sides, okay, they were poor yesterday. They didn't take the chances. However, when it comes to the penalties as well, right, they should have had at least 2 penalties there. Because I think the referee either bottled it or the Stuart Atwell, the VAR booth, bottled it as well because they say he's a Luton fan. And for me, I think Forest had every right to feel aggrieved. And that's why they posted that out there. They posted it out there, Tony, and just said, look, sort this out now because it is an absolute mess. I mean, the Premier League is a mess. They can't get VAR sorted out, yeah? And I'll tell you something now, hadn't I been a top 6 club, I'm telling you, I can remember one incident, right? Everton against Man City, right? Everton handball later on. Everton tried to get back into the game, right? 6 Man City players surrounded the referee, went into his face. The referee bottled it and gave the penalty, right? I can remember Rodri handball a couple of years ago, blatant handball, everyone in the stadium knows it. went to VAR check, and that deemed it wasn't deliberate. Yeah, I think for me personally, I think it's the big six again. Big six again's getting away with it every single time. You've seen the game yesterday. That was not offside. It was tight. It didn't look offside. It seems to me now, I think these people are bottling it now, looking after the big six. But back to Forest, I think they got done by yesterday. Real got done by. Because I tell you something now, right? Finally, someone has spoken out on social media and called it out.
This is not the first time this season that Marinakis has been a bit controversial. I mean, look, I think wasn't it against Liverpool when he went down and confronted the referee as well, when he shouldn't have been doing that, really. But this is what I think is good about that man. At least he's got the balls to stand up to the Premier League and the FA, and he calls it how it is.
They're weak. The Premier League is weak. Richard Masters hasn't got a clue. He doesn't know what to do. They need, if Richard Schooner was there, at least he would have done something about it. But then, Richard John, Masters, let it go. He lets it go.
But then, John, Richard Masters sits in the House of Commons committee and then says, Everton and Forest are small clubs. Forest a small club. That 2 times European Cup winners, which is now the Champions League. They won multiple FA Cups and League Cups. They were one of the best. They're one of the biggest clubs in England, and he's calling it a small club. That's disrespectful, isn't it, John?
Fact, absolute fact. And Brian Clough's will be turning it on the screen today. And I'll tell you what, if Brian Clough was alive today, right, it'd take Richard Masters to court. It'd find him coughing one big time. If Brian Clough was alive today, I'm telling you. How dare he comes out and say that Everton and Forest are a small club? How flipping dare? It's like Ruud Gullit called us a small club. He called us a small club back in 1999 in the derby, yeah? And he didn't quite understand what a derby means. Let's be real, right? It's a joke and disgrace. Don't get us started on Richard Masters, please. But Tony, you are so right. He's clueless. Anyway.
What's Pete's thoughts on it anyway?
Got some thoughts, Pete?
Yeah, I thought Forest were ruling well and truly screwed over yesterday. That's handball all day. The arm is out for a starters. And the one on Hudson-Odoi, how can you not see that? How can you not give that?
Joke, isn't it? Beats me. But I tell you what, they better not get relegated, Forest. I'm telling you. Otherwise, there's going to be court cases. There's going to be court case. And at this PSR fee as well. They need to get that sorted very, very quickly. There you go. In the city centre, they built a new stadium at Kingston Park, just along the road from me, my mum. Had my wedding reception and evening at the Falcons Rugby Club. Beautiful, Lorraine. They don't need another stadium. Yeah, that was me. Apologise.
Looks like he's constipated.
Oh, man. I thought Tony only one was Stafford Penn, the other two 50-50 split. Good night to Amy, love you always. And Mama says the same thing. Everyone says night to Amy. She's so popular. Please, Forest are appealing that other teams should do the same and get the corrupted kicked out. Alan Bosch. They have to have a good look at how VAR was used. It's killing the game. Facts. Absolute facts. Did you hear about Tweedy D and Tweedy Don community after the match? Neville and Carragher.
Carragher is just
like that.
Carragher is just a first-class twat.
Exactly. Look at John's boots. Thank you, Lorraine.
What I don't get, he's sticking up for his rival club when he's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah. Odd, isn't it, man? It's odd. How long did the referee add on 3 minutes extra? Did you hear Big Al's response to Forest? So funny. I didn't see it, Lauren, to be fair. We don't really talk about games anymore. It's all about Paul VR decisions. That's all it is, Mama Flossie. That's all it is, because the football's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Shocking. Both semis had space in Terrace, Coventry didn't. I tell you what I'm going to say, and Mama Floss going to agree with us, right? The Man City-Chelsea game, right? Second half came out, made it kicked off. 20 minutes later, right, it was still empty seats. Yeah? 20 empty seats. 20 minutes in the second half, right? And I watched Yeti's channel, right? The other day, Yetis and Jez, or Yeti's channel, do subscribe to his channel, by the way. He's fantastic. Forest fan. And they were both absolutely raging. And they're blaming the corporates. They're saying the corporates don't go there for a day out. They don't go for a day out just for drinking. They're not there to watch the match. They're there for a day out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Yeti and Jez is right?
I do, absolutely. Absolutely, John. And I mean, the thing is, this is what's killing some of them in the game, because you're denying fans tickets then. Real fans who want to go.
I agree. I mean, and I agreed, and I think it's going to come to that peak sooner rather than later. You just watch. I bet you, when they get a new stadium done, if you do get a new stadium, I guarantee you, corporates will get first priority. And people like us, I've got a season ticket. You got a season ticket as well. And a few others that we know, right, are just going to be put off again.
Wouldn't surprise me at all, John. Really wouldn't surprise me. Another
as long
one.
as we don't go.
Another one. Yeah, I was going to say another one. You like to talk about the Man City Chelsea game. Do you think anyone thought it was a penalty when Grealish handballed it?
100%. 100%. Then again, they bottled it again, didn't they? Bottled it.
And not just that, at full time. I've seen the pictures. I think it's Madueke. Again, I could be wrong. Is having a bit of a laugh with some people. I mean, your team's just lost a semi-final, and those Chelsea players are really hurting.
Yeah.
But what's really cost Chelsea in that game was Nicholas Jackson's finishing. I'm sorry, he is goddamn awful. Him like.
You know what? I'll pick this guy up before the preseason. I think this guy's going to be the next best thing. Yeah. Pace, power. When he played against us, I thought, wow, this guy's going to be fantastic. He just couldn't finish his dinner. I'm not going to lie.
The one way he goes around the keeper, why does he not take that first time? Why does he take an extra touch?
He's trying to be like Isak. Trying to finish it. Trying to hit it late. Isak's one of the best finishers in the Prem. He's done it this season. Yeti was raging. He was raging. And rightly so, because I'll tell you something now, right? I mean, he believes in our fans. Fans comes first for anyone else. Fancy seeing him here, Mama. Good evening to you, Drew. I hope you're well. And what you're doing here. Big up to Drew, my guy. Big Gouda fan as well. And I do follow Drew Gunner's channel as well. Also, Tony Claude as well. You had Tony Claude on your channel, didn't you, Pete, last year?
Yeah, I did actually.
I tell you what, he's so passionate, man. So passionate. Let's go for the comms for the closer shore. Empty seats, Man U versus Culture game. I tell you what, that was worse than the Saturday was worse. Yeah, yes, he wasn't very happy, chappy. Yeah, he wasn't at all whatsoever. And he's still angry about it, rightly so. If we get a new stadium, we should sell.
Mm-hmm.
And if we get a new stadium, yep. And Mama, he's still angry. And you know what it is? If you go to Yeti's channel, type in Yeti, and then come up and subscribe his channel. Also, do subscribe to Jess's Arsenal history and more. He is Arteta out all day long. If you get a new stadium, we should be able to sell 10,000 tickets on the day as well, giving the fans a chance. I mean, we're going to talk that for another time. New stadium. What we're going to do to it, who should contribute as well. We should get that another time. Right, we're going to close the show because
one thing, John.
Yep.
One thing I don't want to see us having to stay in our new or renovated stadium, I should say. I just hope we don't go down the route of Chelsea. Now, we've seen it before. I've showed you the video before, Pete. Of that Astrid Wet girl, the Chelsea fan who's the porn star. She thinks she is anyway. Where she's sitting on a bed cheering. Now, I hope we don't go down that route of putting a bed in the stadium. For God's sake, please do not do that, Newcastle United. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Why would you want to sit on a bed in the stadium to watch the football for?
Nah, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't need to do it, man. Just put the fans first, guys. Put the fans first. Yeah. You want to do corporates as well? Just give them a couple hundred. That is it. Because what we don't want to see is go for a day out. We'll go for a day out. We'll go drinking. Go in a pub. Do you know what I mean? They've got no interest in football whatsoever. You ask them a question, who's this player? Who's that player? Yeah. They're just putting off the real fans like me, you, Pete, Tony, Billy, Paul, two of you, right? Go on.
That's what Leeds just put in the chat.
Lee, man. I've seen it. There you go, guys. I'll be down in a minute. Look, there you go, guys. If you're not long heard Yeti Kiev, do subscribe to his channel, guys.
I was going to say as well, John, another shame for Northeast football. Shame what happened to Blythe Spartans getting relegated from the National League North as well.
Oh, that's not good. Not good at all.
Lost 5-1 to got absolutely walloped 5-1 off Brackley Town.
Wow, that ain't good. Not good, isn't it at all? First Gateshead, now Blythe. That ain't good. Let's hope we get promoted next year. I heard United need a striker. Why not go for Jackson to Chelsea? I don't think they will. 3 cards in Milan, Darwin. Wow. I see the highlights later on that game. And do follow Arsenal, the history, and more. Arsenal fan, guys. If you do follow him, he speaks facts. And I'll tell you what, he says it how it is. Jurgen Kostenstein in the league, Mama, indeed. And Drew Gunners, VR, do follow his channel as well. I'll follow to all of them. It really could, Drew. It would be a real shame. And if you beat Chelsea last round, would have beat City, they were knackered after midweek extra time. Isak would not have voiced chances. Not like that, he wouldn't. Not like that at all. And thanks for the shout out, John Mama. Drew, anytime, my guy. I'll be watching your channel soon. Oh, man. And there you go. Right, going to close the show, guys. Oh, that's funny. I'm going to close the show. And so the good show tonight, should 36 be soared? Should Wilson stay? For me, it'll be a no. Bruno, great staying. And should Gateshead Football Club appeal and win their place back? So let's go for a few comments as well.
This right there's some news that's coming out. Inter Milan are Serie A champions.
Yep, they are indeed. Second year bounce, second year straight. Well done to Internazionale. Great job to Simone Inzaghi, and he's done brilliant. Right, let's go end the show there, and thanks again for the chat to join in, Mama Floss and Modern as well. And Pete, give your chance shout, man. What you got coming up?
Yep. So as Mama Floss is putting there, it is Payday Proudlock. I will be back tomorrow with the preview for the Palace game with myself and Mason. So do join us for that. That will be at 8 o'clock. Wednesday will be the live watch along. So we'll start that at 7:30. So it gives us a chance to run through the team news as well and just talk about going into the game as well. So yeah, feel free to join us for that one. Thursday will be a match review and the player ratings from there. On the Thursday, I'll have to see if I'm going to have to squeeze the preview in for Sheffield either could be on the same night or it'll have to be on the Friday and then for them feed the Crazy Piddies football live show after that. Of course, Saturday I'll beat the game as well when we play Sheffield United. So I'll be doing quick thoughts after the game, fan reactions, and either the same night or the next day I'll be match reviewing the player ratings. So feel free to check out and subscribe. And again, it's right there what Mama Flossie's just put in there. So that is the link to my channel there.
Thank you very much indeed, Pete. The link is in the description. Mama Flossie's helped as well. Thank you for that. And Tony, shout your channel out, man. And what you got coming up, mate?
Yeah, just seen this, John. So obviously, this is coming out now. That Dan Ashworth is on his way to Man United. It will be for £12 million, although that will be staggered. But they will pay an initial £6 million up front, which will help us with our PSR issues for the summer. It's been well negotiated from club executives, especially with additional clauses that they've been attempting to include. So that's what they're saying. Newcastle set a green light the deal for Dan Ashworth to Man United. Initial fee set to be £6 million to cover the funds that Newcastle need to raise by June the 30th. After that, it will be £3 million for 2 seasons, 12 million in total. Deal is now almost done.
Wow. So after all that, 12 million quid, and they're going to pay installments.
And did you hear that Ratcliffe yesterday talking about it's like having to go dig at us, wasn't he? Saying, "Oh well, you know, all these people that we want, they're all keep getting put on gardening leave," and it's like, well, do you know what, Compo? Pay the bloody money, Compo. Pay the money. You know,
crazy, isn't it?
Just because you like sleeping in your car every night because you can't afford your rent. It's probably cheaper to heat his car up than it is his house.
Crazy, man.
No wonder he's a take it.
Yeah. Tell you what, we do Bills United. We do a second to say we're paying stagger payments as well. Eye for an eye.
Yeah, but everybody does it, John, because that's how you get around your FFP.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so you can find me on my channel. It's all Black and White TV. It's behind me there. Also, Mama Flossie, thank you. Just put it in the chat as well. Tomorrow night, I've got a preview for the Crystal Palace game. If John wants to join me for that, he's more than welcome to.
Thank you very much. I will.
And we'll have a look ahead to that game, which at the time before Palace beat Liverpool, I did say these are 6 winnable games, and Palace, we should go down there and absolutely take them apart. I'm not I'm not saying I'm not confident, but all I'm going to say is I'm not going to be thinking, we're going to go down there and absolutely wallop them, because look, you know, they've beaten Liverpool. They took West Ham apart 5-2, although West Ham are atrocious at the moment, let's be honest. So look, as long as we turn up and play our game, then we should have enough to hopefully beat Crystal Palace. So we'll see how that goes on Wednesday night. And then we got Sheffield United on Saturday, which should be an easy 3 points. But there again, you know, it's never the case. And it's 4-3 now. Middlesbrough's just pulled one back.
Ooh.
4 minutes to go through Latty Lat.
Second of the game.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He's named after a coffee, isn't he? Latty. Yeah, so he's got that one. Oh, it's a header, and he's looped it over the top of Melia. He was well off his line, Melia.
Oh wow, dying good.
So Middlesbrough's now on course. Well, try and get push for the equaliser now. But yeah, so that's what I've got coming up. And then I've got on Wednesday the pre-match before the game. So do join me for that as well. No, I don't know. Are you? You'll not be going, John, because midweek, and Pete, you pretty doing a watch along, are you, Pete?
No.
Yeah, I'm doing a watch along.
I could have gone, but
it's when midweek games, unfortunately, are a no for me. Unfortunately,
it's a crap ground anyway, isn't it, Palace?
Well, I went when the second since we just got our takeover then, and just the view I had was just good grief.
You TJ, not good. Not good.
Yeah, do check out my channel and do give it a subscribe. That'd be champion. Thank you. I'm 38 away from 1200.
Yeah, the link's in the description, the chat as well. Also, Peter as well. And it's just a sub. Alan helps. So, you don't have to watch them. That's facts. Absolutely.
Well said, Mama Flossie.
Facts. And good night to everyone in the chat. To Dirk, Jules, Gary, and Mama. Thank you so much for modding again, Mama. And Ashley Singing, Bill, and Ben LaFlower Popman of him. Yeah. And Tony Neil, Night Flossie, and Arlen Night Win as well. But that's it, guys. That's the Real Talk podcast out of the way for another week. And I should be back in a week sometime. And it should be a cracking show. Palace on Wednesday, that'll be a tough game as well, but I still feel you come through that. And guys, if you like to feel like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. And as always, we're the lads.